Hey everyone, welcome back to Alvin's Vehicles. So today I have a Lego set here with me that I bought from a golf camp on Thursday. It's 4+, but I like it. I like the wheels. That's the most important part. 71 pieces, number 30510. There's a Legoland coupon that expires next year. 90 years of cars. There's 4 cars in this set. Very nice. So I'll be opening this set here and then review it. And then there's the 5 teams that already advanced. And I'll do the Demolition Derby Heat 2. Well, I think you're going to see a time lapse of me opening this in a couple of seconds. After the speed build, it's time to review the set. So the set is number 30510. It contains 71 pieces and a spare wheel. Pretty nice. It contains the Rebel Roadster. I think it's a Lego system thing. 1994. A cop car that's based off the 2005 one. I thought it would be based off the 1978 one. The spoiler just broke off. A Formula 1 car, I think Formula 392 from 1975. And Sunshine Camper Van, based off the 31079 Sunshine Surfer Van, released in 2018. Honestly, in miniature, all these vehicles look very similar to their counterparts, but the rear wheels need to be bigger or the fronts need to be smaller, but it seems that these are the smallest wheels you can get. So yeah, I would say basically all of these are pretty accurate. They're tiny, so it's fun to play with them. And they don't weigh much, except for this guy who weighs 20 grams or something. But still, not a lot. This one's got some nice detail. Okay detail. Very simplistic. And some nice detail. So overall, for $4, which is the retail price, I think, I bought the set for $2, unopened too, off of someone at my golf camp, so yeah. Overall, it's a very good set for the price. Now it's time for Heat 2. We're just going to go right into it, as you probably would know the teams from watching the team video. Round 1, starting off with Turbine Time. As he locks it in, knocks around the track buffers a bit. Up first for the wagons, the Mercury Sable wagon. Nice hit there, goes curbside. Here comes Chicane for exposed engines. Nice hit by Chicane as he loses his top. Now Chicane and Mercury are in trouble. The caddy's about to mess things up. And, well, he didn't mess it up to the other vehicles, but he did mess it up to himself as he flips over upside down, tosses that piece all the way over there. Here comes the R8 for the Nighttime Riders. Big hit by the Audi, and he finishes off the caddy and basically puts the Mercury off to safety. Here comes the Viper. Big hit by the Viper, pushes the track buffer to the front of the track. The Gallardo's up now. Nice hit there by the Gallardo as he undercuts the Viper and finishes him off. Here comes the Mustang. SEMA. Nice big hit there by the Mustang, just turns over the track buffer. goes curbside. Bladerator's going to take it to the track. Nice hit there by Bladerator. And the Mustang's in an iffy position, but that's a survival for now. Here comes a menacing undercutter Super Comp Dragster. The Dragster gets underneath Bladerator, and Bladerator gets tossed into the air, knocks over the Mustang, ensuring that Mustang gets taken down with him. Here comes a big one, the Mercedes-Benz Actros. Look out. An absolutely bruising hit by the Mercedes, and he takes down the Super Cop, the Gallardo, and the Audi up front. That is a triple takedown right there. The Mercedes is not in a too good of a position, but it's a survival next to his teammate. Wow. It's like our third triple takedown ever. Here comes the Nissan Prairie. Big hit by the Prairie, but nowhere to go behind that giant Actros. Goes curbside though. Here comes the VW Beetle 4x4. He slides down the track and just flips right over. That thing doesn't have much for balance, just saying. Here comes another undercutter, the Nissan R390 GT1. Big hit by the Nissan, and he takes out the Prairie. Gets underneath the Actros. That is not good for the Actros, but he's still alive for the moment. Here comes the Dodge Monaco. The Monaco hits the Nissan, nowhere to go, and the Prairie gets finished off. Here comes the Bugatti, very expensive. Nice hit there by the Bugatti as he displaces the Monaco. Here comes the Corvette ZR1. I think it's a C6. Nice hit there by the Corvette as the Mustang goes spinning off upside down still. The Bugatti gets removed from the track almost in a dangerous position. Monaco is still gripping the track dangerously. Here comes Twin Mill. Big hit by Twin Mill, and he puts all three cars in danger. The Corvette is curbside on the rear wheel. The Bugatti's over 45, and the Monaco's still tipping. Good hit there by the veteran. Here comes Skate Grom. Skate Grom hits the Twin Mill, and then he bounces off of him, and he's pretty much off the track. I think he turned around. Now Twin Mill sitting underneath the Corvette. The Bugatti's over 45 and the Monaco's over 45. Yeah, a lot more dangerous vehicles. Here comes the Goodman Motor Oil 49 Drag Merc. Nice hit there by the Motor Oil, and he finishes off the Bugatti and the Monaco. Corvette's in some trouble. Skate Grom escapes. Another big blue bruiser, it's the Scania Rally Truck. A big hit by the Scania, and he loses the Escort on the way down, and he takes down the Corvette. That's it though, but he pushes the Nissan underneath his own teammate, and pushes a couple cars under each other. That's not really good for turbine time. And the Scania's rear end's curbside. Here comes the Volvo V60. Big hit by the Volvo. I think he clipped the Escort on the way down. Anyways, I think that protected the Scania from getting too hard of a hit, but the Scania is still in trouble. Here comes the Gas Monkey Corvette. Nice hit there by the Gas Monkey, and the Scania is in some trouble. I'll just say that much. Here comes the Jaguar F-Type Project 7. Nice hit there by the Jag, gets underneath the Corvette, and finishes off the Scania. Here comes the 84 Pontiac Firebird. The one that looks like Knight Rider. Kit, I mean. Nice big hit by the Pontiac, and he takes out the Corvette. That's it, though. Looks like turbine time has settled up down the track. I mean, I don't know how to say that. Pontiac goes curbside. That marked the halfway point of the chaos. Here comes the Renault to start off the other half. Big hit by the Renault, and get some more undercutting. The Pontiac's now in some trouble. The undercutters in the front are still in the same position. Here comes the 05 Ford GT. Big hit there by the GT, and Skate Grom gets knocked over on that hit. Oh wow, the Corvette rolled over Skate Grom, and now Skate Grom is out. Here comes the Viper. Nice big hit there by the Viper, and yeah, the Jaguar is getting turned over. Here comes the Subaru Brat. Big hit there by the Brat, and doesn't do much. Just sorta keeps it steady and locks it in. Here comes the Justice League Batmobile. Big hit there by the Batmobile, can't do much, locks it in. Here comes the heaviest vehicle in this match. It's the Rabesto's Transporter, 134 grams. Big hit there by the Rabestos, and he does a lot of hits. The Brat somehow rolls over and makes a recovery. The Batmobile gets turned over upside down. The Viper gets eliminated. Wow, and the cab just comes off of that Rabestos. A giant hit. And look up front. The Nissan's getting turned over. Twin Mill might still be fine, though. Wow. Utter destruction. And he sets up that ramp, sorta. Although curbside. 33 Plymouth gonna hit that ramp first. Big hit there by the Plymouth, and he finishes himself off that ramp. Here comes Bone Shaker. Bone Shaker yeets off of that ramp, and the ramp wobbles and shakes. Bone Shaker makes a recovery next to the piece of his own teammate. Here comes Rip Rod. Rip Rod yeets himself and knocks down the number 2 plate on top of the Rabestos, and he makes a recovery. Very nice. Here comes the McLaren Elva. The McLaren flies into the Scania and flips over. That's going to be a loss for Knight Riders. Also, speaking of Knight Riders, when did the Pontiac recover? Probably when that big thing came down. Well, the big thing actually got a triple takedown, technically speaking, because of the Nissan up front. Here comes the Aston Martin Vulcan. The Vulcan flies off the ramp, actually sort of stops himself, but he still gets launched by his momentum, and he rolls a barrel roll and makes a recovery. Nice job there, even though he didn't prevent the ramp. Here comes the Audi TT RS Coupe. Big hit there by the Audi, and he actually sets the ramp a little bit back on the track again. The Audi makes a recovery. And now that ramp is a little more devastating, probably. Here comes the 70 Camaro RS. The Camaro yeets off the ramp, actually sort of prevents it, but then flies off of it anyways and goes over upside down. That's going to be a loss for Indigo. Here comes Tour de Fast. Big hit by Tour de Fast, and he biffs off the ramp and then goes spinning around near the Bone Shaker, but could not stick the landing. He's out. Here comes the MBX Flatbed King. He has a ramp of his own. Will that make a difference? Big hit there by the MBX Flatbed King, and he knocks around the Caddy and the Plymouth that were in a parallel line, but now the Flatbed King is finished off. The Charger's still alive, but that doesn't make a difference. And yeah, piled up on top of the Camaro. Final 10 cars. First up is Chevy Van. Ooh, and the Chevy Van somehow hits the ramp, takes itself out though, but he manages to get the ramp piece out of the Rabestos, and now the Rabestos is hanging on for dear life on the side of the track. This is not good for Big Blue, especially they just lost a car, and now another one is starting to go over. The Datsun's gonna mess things up, probably. Big hit there by the Datsun, and probably finishes off the Rabestos. And the Rabestos cab is just sitting in the middle of the track for some reason. Here comes the 68 tuned Mustang. Nice big hit there by the Mustang. Can't really do much. The ramp is gone, at least. Comes Mach Speeder. Nice undercut there by Mach Speeder. The Mustang's in trouble. Here comes a nice heavy hit, the Ford Interceptor Utility. And the Interceptor Utility slams in. The trailer actually broke off while it was going down the track, but it reconnected, sort of. And the Mustang gets finished off. Mach Speeder's in trouble. Yeah, kind of make sure Rabestos does not make recovery. Audi's sort of tipping. Here comes the Jaguar XESV Project 8. Nice big hit there and probably finishes off the utility. Here comes the Corvette C8. A nice big hit there by the Corvette. He had his rear end up and does a nice shove. And look up front. Yeah, those two cars are in some trouble. Let's just leave it at that. Here comes Nerve Hammer. A nice slow hit there by Nerve Hammer as he locks it in. Here comes Rockster, going to rock the line. Big hit by Rockster, and he somehow stays on the track and manages to lock it back in. Looks like the Audi might have been turned over enough. Interceptor's still sideways. Yeah, not much changed. Turbine time still tipping a bit. But somehow Rockster managed to stay. Final car of the round, Rollin' Solo. Big hit by Rollin' Solo, and he takes down Rockster. Wow, Rockster just got finished right there. And that's going to end the round. 28 eliminations, same amount as the other match. First round. Let's look at the aftermath. Looking at the aftermath, Withering Wagons lost 2, Crimson lost 2, Splitters lost 2, Exotics lost 2, Big Blue, our second place team, lost 3. Well, they usually got carried by Turbine Time. Exposed Engines lost 3, Indigo lost 3, Witness Me's lost 3, and Dark Nighttime Riders and Sports lost 4. They are in some trouble. Here's a look at points and the pieces of car that broke off. Time to start round 2. Up first is the Mercury Sable Wagon. Big hit there by the Mercury, and he goes curbside. Uh-oh. Crimson sending down their undercutter early. Here comes the Nissan. The Nissan comes down and cannot take down the Mercury. Now the Nissan's in some trouble. Here comes the Renault Sport RS01. And he comes through and gets the Nissan off the track. No eliminations. Here comes the GT. Nice hit there by the GT as he pushes the Renault to the front of the track. Here comes Turbine Time. Nice big hit there by the Turbine Time as he goes curbside. Well, the GT does. Here comes Chicane. Big hit there by Chicane. Can't really do much. GT's getting off the track. Here comes Twin Mill, the veteran. Nice undercut there by Twin Mill, but he cannot take down Chicane. Chicane splits apart as the top part breaks off, and the GT gets off the track. No damage. Here comes the Drag Merc. Big hit there by the Drag Merc, and he pushes Twin Mill underneath Turbine Time. That is not good for Big Blue at all. Here comes the Pontiac Firebird. Nice hit there by the Pontiac, and he pushes the Mercury underneath Twin Mill. This is not good. Here comes the Subaru Brat. Big hit there by the Subaru, and the line topples down. Turbine Time and Twin Mill on some trouble. And the Goodman Motor Oil's curbside. Subaru Brat's curbside too. Here comes the Volvo V60. Big hit there by the Volvo, and the Brat is coming off the track. And a giant pile up front. Looks like Turbine Time may be close to sideways there. Twin Mill's also close. And the Goodman Motor Oil Merc is probably done. Here comes Rip Rod now. A big blow by Rip Rod, and the Goodman Motor Oil gets tipped over upside down. That is not good for Witness Me's. They're down to 1 now. Looks like everybody else makes a recovery. Here comes the Aston Martin Vulcan. Big hit there by the Vulcan. Can't do anything. Locks it in. Here comes the Audi TT RS Coupe. Big hit there by the Audi as he removes the Vulcan. Vulcan's fine. And the line stays. But I think the line's going to get shaken up by the Mercedes-Benz Actros. That thing is heavy. Watch out. An absolutely bruising hit by the Actros. And he takes down 5 vehicles in that one mighty hit. The Pontiac goes over. Rip Rod sideways. The GT's upside down. Turbine Time, his own teammate's done. And the Vulcan all get tipped over that one hit. And the Actros is still relatively locked in. Wow, that was absolutely brutalizing. Here comes Bone Shaker. Nowhere to go on the back of that Actros, and yeah, he goes curbside. But the side of the Actros is opening up. Here comes Nerve Hammer. A slow hit there by Nerve Hammer, can't really do much, locks it in. Here comes Roland Solo now, last car for Witness Me's. And Roland Solo gets underneath Nerve Hammer and Bone Shaker. This is not good. Here comes the Datsun 510 wagon. Big hit there by the Datsun, and he takes down Bone Shaker. And from the looks of it, Roland Solo got underneath the Actros. This is not good for Big Blue. If that big Actros goes over, they're done. Here comes a light tap from Mach Speeder. A light tap there as the Nerve Hammer gets removed. Here comes the Jaguar XESV Project 8. And wow, Mach Speeder gets tossed into the air, up into the skies on that hit. And wow, okay, the Datsun's getting off the track. I think Mach Speeder got finished, but wow, that was such a high hit. Here comes the C8 Corvette, final car of the round. Nice big hit there by the Corvette, can't do much, and that will end the round. Also, Mach Speeder got a height of 4 on the height chart. That's the height chart. Well, yeah, a ton of big hits in this match. Just saying. 8 cars eliminated, let's look at the aftermath. Looking at the aftermath, Withering Wagons did not lose a car. Splitters down to 2. Exotics down to 2. Ice Picks down to 2. Crimson lost 2 that round, down to 1. The Big Blue lost 1, down to 1. Along with Exposed Engines and Witness Me's. Sports stay steady at 1, and Nighttime Riders are out. Only 1 point on the board for them. Now it's time for No, we actually gotta do the halftime show first. So for the halftime show, it's Brick Built versus the Lego themed classics of cars that I just got. This guy needed to replace the axles because he wouldn't fit on the track. So yeah, this guy's also a classics, by the way. So first up, gotta go with the bus. Max speeds and no holds barred, by the way. Next up is this little thing. Yeah, he doesn't have speed at all. Next up, Impounder. And yeah, he takes him right out. Next up, Police Car. And just a slow tap. These things need graphite. Here comes Delivery. Comes through and the Police Car makes recovery. Next up is Formula. He flips over. Let me try that again. This thing is not stable at all. And yeah, he just goes there. Next up, Limo. Yeah, he's in for a pounding. And the limo goes over. Wow, okay. And, ooh, Surf Van just flips over. Here comes the big boy, the hauler. Gotta get my stuff in. It's cut time. Background noises, background noises, background noises. And we're back. Big slam, can't really do much. And this guy's up. And yep, he flies all over the place and takes himself out. Basically, the only police car survived that massacre. And the only brick-built vehicle that went out was the limo. Okay, that's it for halftime show. Time for round 3 now. Up first, it's the Mercury Sable Wagon, and there's some new people here. Pokemon. They came from the golf camp. The Mercury just clears the track. Goodbye, track buffers. Here comes the Renault. Big hit there by the Renault as he pushes both cars to the front of the track. Here comes the TT. Big hit there by the TT and he goes curbside. and gets the Mercury in some trouble, or a pickle. Ice Pick sending down Twin Mill. Twin Mill dices the TT and takes him down. Mercury's tipping. Here comes the Nissan R390 for Crimson. Big hit there by the Nissan, and he gets underneath Twin Mill and takes him down. That's some sweet revenge, I guess, for TT. And now 3 cars are in trouble. The Nissan under all of them curbside. Here comes the Actros, did a quintuple takedown. Watch out below. An absolutely bruising hit by the Actros, but nothing actually happens. The Renault gets tossed but makes a recovery. Here comes what's left of Chicane. Can't really do much. I mean, it's only like 7 grams now. Here comes Roland Solo. Roland Solo taps Quad Rod on the way down, and he splits the Chicane into 2 pieces. The engine piece goes flying off, and the bottom piece goes over upside down. It still rolls, but yeah, it's upside down. Good hit. Here comes the bratty Subaru Brat. A big hit there by the Brat, and he just removes Roland Solo off the track. I guess the Actros is saved, because if that cab goes over, he's done. Here comes the Volvo V60. Big hit there by the Volvo, and his teammate sort of settles back in. Here comes the Project 8. A big bang there by the Project 8 and almost gets that Actros over, but he's still staying put. Here comes the C8 Corvette with the backup. Big hit there by the Corvette, and he can't really do anything. Locks it in, but the Brat is now on his side. Well, on the side wall. Here comes Nerve Hammer now. And he does a slow hit, can't really do anything. Brat locks it back in. Final car of the round, the Datsun 510 wagon. Big hit by the Datsun, and he bounces way back. And that's going to end the round. 3 eliminations and 1 team gone. Let's look at the aftermath. Looking at the aftermath, Withering Wagon still had 3. Splitters staying steady with 2. Exotics and Indigo lose 1 down to 1. Crimson stays at 1 along with Big Blue, Witness Me's, and the Sports. And Exposed Engines are out with 4 points. Just 4. Ouch. Well, anyway, it's time for round 4. Speaking of 4. Up first, it's going to be the Mercury. Nice hit there by the Mercury as he locks it in. Here comes the Renault. Nice hit there by the Renault as he's starting to remove the Mercury. Here comes the Corvette. Nice hit there and removes the Mercury. Here comes Nerve Hammer. A light tap and nothing else. Here comes the Nissan. Nice undercut there, but cannot eliminate Nerve Hammer. And now the Nissan's in some trouble. He's curbside. And here comes the Actros. An absolutely bruising hit by the Actros. And there goes 2 teams and 2 cars. The Corvette is flipped over upside down. The Nissan's flipped over upside down. Wow, a great hit right there. Here comes Roland Solo to do some undercutting. Big hit there by the Roland Solo, and he gets underneath the Actros, but the Actros is now balanced behind Roland Solo. That is such a weird position to be in. Wow, and dangerous one too. Big hit there by the Brat, and the Actros turns a bit, and now is even in an even more precarious position. This is not good for the Actros at all. Here comes the Volvo V60. The Volvo takes down the Brat. No, it doesn't. It just sends the Brat off the track. Actros is still in danger. The Project 8's up now. Big hit there by the Jaguar, and can't really do much except the cab of the Actros tips a bit. Final car of the round, the Datsun 510 wagon. A big hit there by the Datsun, and the Actros tips a bit. Is that out? We shall see. And looking at the measurement, it is not out. I can still tilt this. This is the actual one. And yeah, as you can see, it is in. So we only had 3 eliminations. 2 eliminations. The Nissan and the Corvette are gone. Let's look at the aftermath. Looking at the aftermath, Withering Wagon still at 3. Splitters at 2. Indigo at 1. Big Blue stays at 1. Witness Me's at 1. Sports somehow still stay at 1. Exotics and Crimson are both out with, let me calculate the scores real quick. 10 points and 8 points respectively. And yes, I did, when editing, I did accidentally remove the brat introduction for round 4, and it looked like the Datsun didn't do a hit, but it was just that I was caught off guard and didn't start recording. Anyways, time for round 5. Starting us off, it's going to be the Mercury. The Mercury has been consistently going first since round 2. That just shows the staying power of the wagons. Here comes the Renault. Big hit there by the Renault, and the Mercury's in some trouble. Light tap from Nerve Hammer incoming. And a light tap as the Mercury gets off the track. Here's a not so light tap coming from the Actros. Bruising hit there by the Actros, and he hits the track buffers and stuff, and he gets stuck curbside. Look at that. 3 of his wheels are hanging off the side, and the Rimac just ejects out of the left side of the vehicle. Roland Solo may be able to end Big Blue right here. Big hit there, and now the Actros is now in some dangerous trouble, and the Remac's tipping over. The Brat has a chance to take down that Actros. Big hit there, and no, he cannot do it. The Actros' back end gets off the track, and he is probably safe, but the Remac's dead. Here comes the Volvo. Big slam there, and ooh! The Brat is taking a hit, and he rolls over, cannot make a recovery, and Roland Solo gets blasted off into the distance within a recovery. Wow, this might be the end of the match here, folks. Here comes the Project 8. Savage hit there by the Project 8, and the Volvo taps the back end, the side of the Brat, and it almost makes a recovery, but then tips back to being more upside down. Final car of the round, the Datsun 510 wagon. Big hit there by the Datsun, and that's going to end the round. 1 car eliminated and 1 team gone. Let's look at the aftermath. And this is the round 5 aftermath. Withering Wagons still have 3. Splitters still 2. Indigo 1. Big Blue 1. Witness Me's 1. And Sports, who hanged on for so long with just that 1 car, the Brat, but they just could not make it, and they are now out. And here's a look at points. Withering Wagons with the most amount of points, 45. Second place goes to the Splitters with 31. Third goes to Indigo with 18. And then Big Blue and Witness Me's tie with 16. And then in the losers, Sports and Exotics both had 10, even though Exotics lasted shorter than Sports. And Crimson had 8. Let's see. Exposed Engines had 4. And Nighttime Riders had 1. Yeah, so that was a tally. And here are your teams moving on. Withering Wagons, Splitters, Indigo Ice Picks, Big Blue, and Witness Me's. This match had more survivors than the other one. The other one had 7, and this one had 8. And next time will be the finals, part 1. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.